These 5 places older men wish to be kissed that could drive them wild, but most women never try. Welcome to Journey After 60. In today's video, I'm about to lift the veil on 5 secret spots on a man's body. Places that, when kissed with true intention, will not only excite him, but linger in his mind for days. And no, I'm not talking about lips or the usual bedroom gestures. I'm talking about a deeper, surprising, wordless territory, often overlooked. These are the places you won't find in Cosmo articles or Hollywood scenes. Yet when touched, they can completely change the dynamic of your connection. I used to believe men didn't really need that level of emotional intimacy, that their version of closeness was simpler, more physical, until one moment flipped everything I thought I knew. I'll share that story with you in this video. But first, here's what you need to understand. Men don't always ask for tenderness, but when they feel it, it stays with them. But before we start, if this resonates with you, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, so you won't miss the chance to deepen your wisdom and enrich your relationships. Now, let's dive into the first spot. A place surprisingly underrated, yet incredibly powerful.
Number 1. The neck, where strength becomes tenderness. Think back to the last time you gently tilted your head, letting your hair and breath brush against the skin of his neck. Did you notice it? For just a fleeting moment, his entire being softened. A man's neck holds a silent kind of magic, strong yet fragile, where his heartbeat lies hidden beneath a thin layer of skin, and where his armor he wears for the world often slips away unconsciously. Most men spend their lives carrying everything alone. They step into the world armored, steady, controlled, unshakable. But the neck, that's where the armor melts. That's where he stops performing strength and simply becomes himself. And when your lips touch that spot with tenderness, you're granting him something he rarely allows himself: the permission to let go. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't need a movie-style embrace. A slow kiss behind the ear as you lean in to whisper something. A gentle brush of your lips when sitting close together. These moments might seem insignificant from the outside, but for him, they are unforgettable. That kiss says something words never could. With you, I am safe. I don't have to pretend. Here's what most women don't realize. Men crave that feeling. They long to be vulnerable without judgment. And it becomes even more meaningful when it happens in the most ordinary moments. While he's washing the dishes, making coffee, or quietly reading the newspaper. In those unnoticed moments, a kiss on the neck becomes unforgettable. It doesn't fade by morning. It lingers, replaying in his mind during quiet nights.
It makes him want to pull you closer, not just out of desire, but because he feels seen, understood, and truly known. So next time you're near him, slow down. Let your lips lightly touch the skin of his neck. Let your breath warm his heartbeat. This small act can transform an ordinary afternoon into a memory his heart will hold for years. The truth is, the more invisible the kiss is to the outside world, the louder it echoes inside him. And this is just the beginning. The next point I want to share with you doesn't only touch the sensitivity of the body, it reaches his identity, his pride, and the deepest layers of his self. When you learn to touch that, you don't just make him tremble, you help him feel truly liberated.
Number 2. The jawline. Sharp, defined, masculine. The jawline isn't just an attractive feature. It's where he holds his posture, his pride, his presence. And when you touch it gently, without agenda, you're not just kissing a part of his face, you're kissing his identity as a man. Think about it. From a young age, boys are taught to be strong, to clench their jaws, to hold back emotions. So when your lips glide over that area, softly, without pressure or haste, it sends a completely different message. It says, here, you can exhale. That's the secret. A kiss on the jaw doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't seduce with fire, it seduces with reverence. And that's what makes it addictive. I remember one night, curled up on the couch, dim light. One of those quiet evenings where nothing and everything is happening at once. He was halfway through telling a story about something at work, nothing emotional, and I leaned in, letting my lips brush along the edge of his jaw. Not even a full kiss, just a gentle glide. He paused mid-sentence, looked at me, smiled, and said nothing, because nothing needed to be said. That touch carried more emotion than an hour-long conversation, and it's something most people miss entirely. The timing of a jawline kiss is everything. Don't wait for the obvious moments, in the bedroom, at the climax, on a date. Use it in the in-between moments, while he's driving, while he's focused, when he least expects it. That's what makes it sink in. And you don't need to turn it into a move. Make it a moment. Because when you do, something powerful happens. You're not just admiring his face, you're admiring him, his strength, his silence, his restraint. And that is rare. Most men are only touched sexually or functionally. What they rarely experience is admiration, gentle, unexpected, deliberate. This is something you can try. Next time you're lying next to him, trace your fingers slowly from the corner of his mouth along his jawline. Then pause. Let the silence breathe and kiss him there. Not with desire, not with theatrics, just presence. That kiss says, I notice you, I admire you, not for what you do, but for who you are. That instant becomes emotional glue. He'll remember it while shaving the next morning, while sitting alone in a meeting. That subtle imprint lasts far longer than you think. And here's the key. This is where it gets exciting. The jawline isn't just about sensation, it's foundational. It's the bridge between thought and action. When you kiss him there, especially after eye contact, or even better, a whispered word, you're not just sparking attraction, you're creating a deeper bond, a bond that doesn't fade. And trust me, that deliberate construction is ruthlessly effective. Start at his cheek, move slowly, let your breath linger, let your lips glide. That pause, the almost but not quite, drives him wild, because you're not giving everything away. You're creating desire, and desire paired with emotional intimacy becomes unforgettable. Don't underestimate its role in a long-term relationship. When a man feels admired, physically and emotionally, he stops seeking validation elsewhere. That's why this kind of touch, this silent intimacy, isn't just romantic. It's relationship glue. It's what keeps him tethered to you. And maybe that's the part no one talks about in attraction. It's not always about grand gestures. Have you ever noticed that simply leaning in and gently kissing along his jaw can make him relax and smile without a single word? I would love to hear from you. Share in the comments a moment when a simple kiss or touch brought you closer to your partner. Your experience could help others discover small gestures that make love stronger every day. It's about quiet moments. Moments that say everything without a word. And if your heart just nodded along reading this, you're not alone. Because the next kiss, it will be even softer, but it carries the weight of everything unspoken that a man shoulders. This is where tension, pressure, and silent responsibility accumulate. And this is where you can say, you don't have to carry it all alone.
Number 3. The hands. Strength in gentle touch. Have you ever stopped for a long moment to really look at his hands? Those fingers have nurtured, built, and carried a lifetime. Sometimes rough, calloused, sometimes trembling after years of fatigue. They have quietly protected, cared, and held everything that belongs to a shared life, often without asking for a single word of thanks. Most men express affection by kissing a woman's hand. But have we ever returned that gesture? That's what makes this act unexpectedly powerful. A gentle kiss on his hand transforms it from a tool of everyday life into a symbol of being seen, valued, and loved. It's a simple gesture, yet its impact runs deep. Psychological studies show that gentle touches, like holding hands or soft kisses, can trigger the release of oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone, which strengthens emotional connection and trust between partners. In other words, that brief tender kiss says so much. It reassures him, warms him, and affirms that his presence, his efforts, and his care truly matter. It doesn't need to be dramatic. A light brush of your lips as you hold his hand, or a soft kiss when his hand rests on your thigh, can awaken a profound sense of recognition and attentiveness. That simple act speaks louder than words. I notice you. I value you. I appreciate all that you do. Think about it. How often in daily life does a man receive attention like this? Rarely. They give so much, from acts of protection to quiet gestures of love, but they are seldom the ones receiving it. By kissing his hand, you offer him a rare, intimate acknowledgement of everything he has carried, often without complaint. Once you recognize the quiet magic in his hands, there is another place waiting even closer to his heart, where your lips can touch the rhythm of his life and stir emotions he may have kept hidden for years. And just as his hands tell the story of his life, there is a spot nearer to his heart, a point rarely noticed, but when kissed can make him feel truly valued and understood.
Number 4, the chest, the heart of recognition. Imagine leaning in, your lips brushing lightly across the center of his chest, in rhythm with the steady beat of his heart. This is a place few women ever reach, and that rarity gives it an almost magical weight. Here, a kiss is not about desire, it is acknowledgement. Quietly, it honors the life he has carried, the long hours, the decisions unseen by others, the silent battles he faces daily. In this intimate gesture, he feels noticed in a way that words rarely convey, and that recognition draws him closer to you, emotionally and physically. From a psychological perspective, this works on multiple levels. Attachment theory research shows that men, like women, respond profoundly to gestures that signal safety, acknowledgement, and appreciation. A kiss on the chest activates brain regions associated with emotional intimacy, releasing oxytocin, strengthening trust, and deepening connection. Unlike more common kisses on the lips or cheek, this gesture bypasses ordinary affection, creating a moment that is both tender and unforgettable. The beauty of this kiss lies in its simplicity. You don't need a cinematic moment or an elaborate setting. A quiet evening at home, sitting together on the sofa, a gentle lean and a soft kiss on his heart can transform ordinary togetherness into something unforgettable. It is a silent message. You see him, not just the strength he shows the world, but the entirety of who he is, and you honor it. That kind of recognition, so rarely expressed in daily life, is profoundly moving. So next time you're near him, let your lips rest briefly against his chest. Let your presence be felt, and allow the silence between heartbeats to carry your affection. He may not speak it aloud, but he will remember the warmth that lingers, the gentle pressure of your lips, and the unspoken reverence that accompanies it. In that moment, connection outweighs passion. It is intimacy that touches both heart and soul. And as that awareness settles between you, there is a final secret waiting, a place rarely considered, yet capable of stirring his heart more deeply than anything else. A place that evokes playfulness, curiosity, and a spark reminding him that being truly seen can be an exhilarating experience. Number 5. The forehead, a sanctuary of presence. If there is one place that quietly reaches a man's heart, it is his forehead. This kiss requires no passion, no drama. It does not compete with grand gestures or fevered romance. Instead, it touches him in the deepest, most human way, creating a connection that lingers long after the moment has passed. It is where reassurance, safety, and emotional depth converge.
For a man, especially one who has been taught to stay strong, to feel little, to carry everything without complaint, a kiss on the forehead can be devastatingly powerful in the best way. Men rarely have space to be vulnerable, to let down their armor, to rest. The world praises him when he is composed, in control, always handling everything. But when you step into that moment, when you place a slow, quiet kiss on his forehead, you allow him to simply be. No performance, no pressure, just your presence. It says, "You don't have to carry it all right now. I'm here with you." In a world that constantly demands he push through, this gesture becomes sacred. Picture him lying beside you, eyes closed, perhaps tired, perhaps overwhelmed. You lean in. You say nothing. You softly place your lips in the center of his forehead. Let them linger. Let the silence fill the space. That quiet, small moment can change something enormous within him, because it is not just a kiss. It is a message. I see you. I love the person beneath that strength. And sometimes that is the only message he truly needs. Most kisses say, "I want you," but a kiss on the forehead says, "You are safe." And when a man feels emotionally safe with you, that is when he gives you all of himself, not just his body, not just his charm, but his fears, his dreams, his softness. That is when intimacy becomes unconditional. My friend Lucy shared her experience. The first time she kissed a man on the forehead was not during intimacy or a romantic dinner. It was after he shared something small yet vulnerable, a childhood memory, a lingering fear. He didn't need advice or pity, he just needed to be heard. Lucy didn't know what to say, so she said nothing. She just kissed his forehead, softly, silently. His eyes closed, and I could feel his entire body release tension he hadn't even realized he was carrying. That kiss said everything words could not. Next time you sense your man carrying something, stress, frustration, exhaustion, don't rush to solve it. Don't rush to speak about it. Just kiss his forehead. Let it do what only your presence can. In a loud, demanding, relentless world, your silent kiss may be the first time he feels truly sheltered all day. When that happens, when a man feels that emotional safety with you, that is when desire transcends the physical. That is when he craves not just your body, but your presence. That is when he sees you differently, speaks to you more openly, and feels drawn to you in a way beyond words. And the beauty? It takes no extra effort, only intention. And now you know the 5 places, simple yet powerful, that can stir a man's heart in ways words alone never could. Each kiss is more than touch. It is recognition, trust, and intimacy that remind him he is seen, valued, and safe to let his guard down. From the tender vulnerability of the neck to the quiet admiration along the jawline, the gentle honoring of his hands, the heartfelt acknowledgement on his chest, and finally, the sanctuary of presence in a kiss upon his forehead. Each gesture weaves a language of love that lingers far beyond the moment. These are not acts of seduction, but of connection. Not fireworks, but home. If today's message resonated with you, I invite you to share your own experiences in the comments below. Sometimes the smallest gestures, one kiss, one pause, one quiet act, can transform the entire rhythm of love. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss more wisdom, stories, and insights on building deeper love after 60. My final wish for you is this: may your relationships be filled with warmth, trust, and a love that not only excites, but also comforts and endures. Because at this stage of life, love isn't just about being together. It's about being fully present, fully understood, and fully cherished.